What's going on, my ninjas? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, I do play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, but lately I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter and Siege, so I'm sorry for not posting. If you're looking for my other socials, I'm going to post them below in the comments. Please follow me there. I'm on TikTok a lot. I go live. Check it out. Today we got some duels that I played during the cup. I didn't make it to the max D level. I was too busy playing Monster Hunter. I am using a mix of White Forest, Ninja, and Fiendsmith. My favorite archetype by far is Ninja, so I incorporate that into every single deck I play. But yeah, let's get started. Alright, hand looks decent, except for Geo. I always start with Geo in hand, but luckily we have that Sinful Spoils here. We are facing against somebody that has very little clue how to play Yubel. So he sets up the Phantom, he does some other, Yubel things, tries to cook a little bit, and ends his turn. Alright, my turn. So my goal right now is to bait out that Phantom. For some reason, he does not use it before I get my Azamina on the field. Like, he could have Phantomed this right here, he doesn't. So either way, honestly, it doesn't matter. He could have Phantomed any part of that line and it wouldn't have mattered. So anyways, we open Sylvia for the White Forest. He tries to Phantom that, and then I negate it. I then summon Roselia, I think that's how you say it, Roselia on the field. Use its effect. I draw into Hanzo, which is not the best. Recycle that White Forest card, and I also get my Hollowed in hand as well. So I resummon Azamina to then go into Baron, to then pop something on his field. Alright, from here, he tries to activate things. I just use up the Baron negate. He then activates his trap card, which I'm not even sure still what that does. I then hit him with that notebook. I get Geo on the field and also Digger. Digger is one of the best cards in the Ninja deck. I make Roselia a Ninja. I then get this Azamina on the field, then go right into Yagamoru to then banish a card on his field. I go into battle to swing, and eventually how I end is I make SP. Alright, I thought I was going to get a nice negate here by activating Baron in the standby, but he then fingers that. I don't really have too much disruption here other than SP, so I'm going to let this play turn out. My only option was kind of to conserve the SP, hoping that, he doesn't get lethal on field. Alright, so we survived that turn. I draw into Hanzo, not the best because I already have one in hand. Do note, and I noted this when the turn ended, he only has 3k life points. There's one monster in my deck that can swing over this with ease. You'll see it come out later. It's how I finish up this game. So basically, I play into my ninjas, use that extra Hanzo for fodder for deception to get the Azamina White Forest out. Boom, right into Goddess. Goddess negates the whole field, and I can swing right into his field. Alright, on to game 2. My hand is kind of cracked here. My draw is also cracked. I'm playing Trap Tricks. He only gets his XC now in sets 1. I usually, at turn 1, if Trap Tricks gets set up, it could be really bad, so I'm glad he didn't. Anyways, going into my turn, I activate, I forgot what that card's name, but I activate it. He tries to do something in response. I don't know what that does, really. I don't know what their field can do. So I just finger that card. He tries to Moonlit Chill this card, really bad move on his part, and he end-perms this card as well. So basically he has no disruptions, unless he has hand traps, which I don't think he does. So basically it's free from here. Ninjas do come into play in a little bit, you'll see. I do draw into that Mitsu, and my plan is to get Diabell on the field, which you see here, to get Digger, and to turn one of my White Forests into a Ninja. So that's exactly what I do here. I end up going Maizen, and then I recycle some things to get Sylvia on the field. This basically wraps up the game, so I'm not going to really say much more. There's not much he can do. I have some disruptions on the field and other things I can do. So I'll see you guys next game. All right, next game. You don't really want to open up Raigeki for obvious reasons going turn 1. It's okay. You know, it's fodder for White Forest, so it doesn't really matter. I start going through the White Forest line. I do have that ninjutsu art for some backup on turn 2 if I need it, or turn 3. You'll see later where I could have used it, but I didn't. But I do end up using it after that as well. So anyways, we're just going into some White Forest stuff, kind of standard stuff, trying to get the Duel on the field, to then get back Raigeki again, just getting bodies, setting up the field a little bit. I do get called by on the field, and then ninjutsu art. Now here, I do eventually go into a Baron to end, but it's not the strongest field, but you'll see that I'm playing Photon, so I'm not like super worried. I know Photon can get huge damage on the field, but I don't let him, so see how this plays out. Once again, going into his turn, he's playing Photon. I know that he can get just big damage on the field. There is a point coming up very soon where I can use the ninjutsu art, but I fumble and I don't. He ends up tributing right here. He ends up tributing both into some other monster. I think it's the regular Galaxy Eyes. Yeah, Galaxy Eyes Dragon right there. Anyway, it just kind of just plays out. I do end up stopping one of his plays with Called By and also Baron as well. After those 2 negates, he can't really do much, so he ends up crashing into Baron, and then it gets his turn. From here, it's kind of just free game for me. I'm not worried about much. I have Raigeki. I have a bunch of White Forest in the field. I have ninjutsu art, so basically, I can just kind of play with my food at this point. So I do end up going the ninja route by flipping his Galaxy Eyes face down into Hanzo, into Baku. It's, you know, the whole ninja thing. So enjoy the rest of the duel. All right, last duel of the video. I kind of blunder here on his turn. Not here on his turn. This is my turn, but I do blunder on his turn. I have a pretty short turn here. I just go into Maizen and set everything. I have Called By in the back. I also have Ninja Art, Dancing Leaves. He is also playing White Forest, which I love to see, because I go right into Geo, flip both face down. But here, instead of waiting to use Dancing Leaves on the 2 face down cards, I use it on Geo. I don't remember why I did that. Honestly, it doesn't really matter because he ends up just scooping here right at the end. I hope you enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe if you guys want to see more. I am on TikTok as well. I'll be posting that down low. Everyone have a great day.